judging by this document, Manon is getting kicked out. They said that they reviewed her and the company is considering her termination because...
So it's official. It was just announced that Manon is leaving KATSEYE indefinitely for a temporary hiatus away from the group. Here's how...
There's a strange feeling in the air right now, and if you've been following KATSEYE, you've probably noticed it too, because over the past few days, something shifted, quietly at first, and then, all at once. It started with a simple announcement. Just a few lines. Manon is stepping away. And ever since those words appeared, fans haven't stopped asking the same question. What's really going on? At first glance, the statement sounded calm, supportive even. It explained that Manon would be taking time to focus on her health and well-being, that the decision came after thoughtful conversations, that the group fully supports her. On paper, everything seemed clear. But if you followed pop culture long enough, you know, sometimes the most carefully worded statements leave behind the biggest questions. Because almost immediately, people began to notice something. This didn't feel like just another routine break. There was a tone, or a subtle heaviness that fans couldn't quite ignore. Within hours, timelines filled with reactions, concern, confusion, speculation. Some fans simply posted messages of support, telling her to rest, to take all the time she needs, to come back when she's ready. But others started looking deeper, connecting dots, rewatching performances, scrolling through past interviews. And slowly, a narrative began to form. Was this sudden? Or had signs been there all along? For many fans, the announcement brought back memories of earlier moments when Manon had stepped back from certain schedules due to health concerns. At the time, it didn't seem unusual, but now, in hindsight, those moments feel more significant, like quiet warnings we didn't fully understand. Then came her message to fans, warm, grateful, sincere, thanking everyone for their patience and kindness. But there was one line that stood out. She said that sometimes things unfold in ways we don't fully control.
I feel like 2026 is really going to be our year.
And that sentence, simple as it sounds, sparked a wave of discussion. Because what exactly does that mean? Was she talking about health, the pressure of the spotlight, or something deeper? Suddenly, every word was being analyzed, every detail examined. Because when an artist steps back, especially at such a pivotal moment, people naturally look for meaning. Online conversations quickly split into different perspectives. Some believe this is exactly what it sounds like, a necessary pause after intense schedules, expectations, and the emotional demands of being constantly in the public eye. Others aren't so sure. They quietly wonder whether this hiatus could turn into something longer, something more permanent. And in fandom spaces, uncertainty tends to grow quickly. People care deeply. They want answers. Across social media, discussions intensified. Fans debated what this could mean for upcoming activities, for group dynamics, for the future. At the same time, messages of support continued pouring in. Reminders that taking time for health should always come first. Still, the emotional weight of the situation is undeniable, because moments like this often feel like turning points, not just for the artist, but for everyone watching. Life in the spotlight can be incredibly demanding. The schedules, the expectations, the constant attention, it can be overwhelming, even for the strongest performers. And sometimes, stepping back becomes necessary. Right now, the official message remains simple. Manon is on hiatus. She has not left. There has been no confirmation of any departure, but fans are watching closely, paying attention to every update, every performance, every mention. Because stories like this rarely feel settled right away. What makes this moment especially emotional is the connection people feel. For many fans, Manon represents calm strength, someone who carries herself with quiet confidence, someone who feels genuine. And seeing her step away naturally brings concern. Support messages continue to spread, words of encouragement, appreciation, and hope. At the same time, curiosity hasn't faded, questions remain, and the conversation continues. So now the question is this simply a pause, a moment to breathe, or the beginning of a new chapter none of us expected? Will Manon return stronger, ready to step back into the spotlight, or are we witnessing a turning point in the story of KATSEYE? For now, there are no clear answers. Only time will reveal what comes next. But one thing is certain, everyone is watching and hoping for the best.